Hello, ladies and gentlemen. SaulJournalistMan here, and I'm bringing you the hot updates from the Happy situation. If you remember, he got banned by Warcraft 3 Champions because he was refusing to play versus some players, interfering with ladder act integrity. And there was a lot of discussion. Thank you for all of the comments about should he be banned for it and so on. But let's cover how the situation is developing. So, as we can see on this beautiful website that Mr. Long Jacket developed, a very skilled programmer, shout out to him, we are basically able to track his road to 3000 MMR because there is a possibility, and community is quite divided, if it's possible for him to get into 3000 MMR. And in my previous video, I did some estimation and I said, yes, it's possible. And some other experts from community said, so it's not possible even if he's not leaving. So we will see about that. But let's look at the raw data. So 62 games he played since he was freed from prison. And in those 62 games, he played most of them, because as we can see, he has 3 accounts, and he played most of them on his account Aurora Happy, and this is where his highest MMR is. And according to this data, basically, if we take an average and so on, he's taking 1.67 MMR per game on average. He's gaining that much MMR on average, and it will take him 96 games. And of course, we can assume how many games per day he plays, and it gives us this countdown. So we are expecting that it may happen in under 12 days, but in my opinion, it will take longer if it's of course possible, but this timer will adjust when Happy will play more. And you may say, so how is Happy doing? And we have some information here. So for example, it's kind of sad to be Happy because as you can see, he lost versus Colorful actually yesterday, and it was like his biggest win because he gained 8 MMR points. And as you can see, when Happy is losing, and there is no shy, there is no shame to lose, of course, to Mr. Fly. Amazing game, by the way. He lost 19 MMR points, right? So, of course, Happy needs to win a lot to get into this record MMR. He needs to have very good win rate. But what is interesting here, of course, we have some other statistics. So he's playing a lot of versus Medusa. He's able to beat Medusa. Medusa is a Chinese player called Life. And all of his games versus Medusa since the ban, because this is important in these 62 games, he won a lot versus him and he gained 53 MMR. And Fly, it's not that easy to beat Happy twice. And from the guys that beat him, actually, we have a list, ladies and gentlemen, recent Hitman, and the name Hitman is because Hitman, playing as Eferol, was able to beat Happy on the ladder game. And because of this amazing tool, we have the list, and we have a link to the match that we are going to join, and I'm going to cast right now, and you can tell me, what do you think? Was Happy playing for real? I think so. The game is happening on Shallow Grave, and it's Undead versus Orc, and how Happy is going to play. And I'm expecting DK Ghouls, of course. And how good is Hitman really these days? Because in the past, Hitman used to play a lot of 4v4, which is still Warcraft, of course, but is quite a different mode. And if you ask me about ping situation, they're playing on around 100 ping. In this particular game, according to Warcraft 3 Champions information, Hitman has a 90 ping, had 90 ping, and Happy 100 at 10. And my bet is that he was trying, and we will judge how much he was trying. And of course, you cannot win every game, so because we cannot lead into situation when you can just report Happy for leaving games. And ladies and gentlemen, standard build versus Orc, he is going to scout. It's looking already promising. The first ghoul is being made, and Happy found a chicken that got prepared for a Road of Necromancy item usage. And Acolyte is following into scouting, because versus Undead, Orcs can play 2 different styles. First hero department, of course, so it's either Farseer or Blade Master. And Happy needs this information to plan his creeping, to plan his game plan, and yes, scouting versus orc is necessary according to Mr. Happy, and the opposite versus human. Happy doesn't scout early with the acolyte because he's expanding, so he needs more wood. Of course, you can scout versus human if you are undead, but okay, and what Happy sees? There is no barrack. Okay, now Happy confirms this late barrack, so it can be either grants or headhunters still, and it's Farseer, so it's probably Farseer into headhunters. Happy is getting ready to start creeping, and on Shallow Grave you have access to a lightning shield creeping trick because we are playing versus a Reneger wizard, and with coil you can spam lightning shield on your DK. And look at this micro, it's in the middle of everything. The DK kills the wizard. Acolyte is still scouting. Mr. Happy knows that Farseer is coming, and bam! The camp was crept, entire experience gained, and basically Nerubian Tower is ready, so now Happy is just trying to creep something else, while Mr. Hitman will try to make his life harder. And it's not easy, ladies and gentlemen. I say it's just Farseer, and Farseer is trying to right-click the DK, and Happy is creeping, and he got level 2, so that's nice. Hitman is trying to pick one skeleton to get first experience. And as we can see, Happy is splitting his army a little bit. So he's trying to damage Farseer, he's trying to damage the wolves, and creep at the same time. And Orc is just working with his hero and summons because coil on the Farseer. That's interesting. And HP of Happy is getting low, ladies and gentlemen. HP of Happy is getting low. He's fighting hard over this roach. But is Happy overextending? This entire ghoul army is following the Farseer, who will get the last hit. Last hit goes to Hitman and the item as well. And Happy is just coiling the Farseer? He was trying to force TP, but he can't. A little bit sloppy play, and you may say, Saul, this is obvious that he's not trying, but I think he's trying, guys, and you will see why later. But, you know, he didn't creep that well, and now he has to use a Ritual Dagger in order to start healing him immediately, and he's doing this. And what's now, Mr. Happy? He needs to spend some time healing, but of course he can creep with his ghouls. Graveyard is on the way. Happy is making new skeletons. Ghouls are in position, so far we don't see Farseer anymore. And the item sentry ward, so item, and look who is here, ladies and gentlemen. It's Hitman. Again, they're fighting for the last hit, and last hit goes to Hitman. And Happy is evacuating, but it was decent, and he's healing again. This ghoul is not healing, but there is not a big issue because he can be micro to the graveyard. On Blight, undead units are regenerating a lot of HP per second. Dark Ranger second is a standard choice when you see that your opponent is playing a lot of headhunters, because you want to change them into skeleton warriors to help you with fighting. And this is a creepjack, ladies and gentlemen. So you may say that the early game was quite bad for Happy, but now he was able to creepjack, which is of course always nice. And Happy is waiting for his tier 3 power spike. So it's a good situation for him that he was basically able to get this, but Orc around, and is now in better position to contest this camp. And how successful Hitman will be with this. You can see the creep is is trying to target Mr. Hitman a little bit, and Happy is just lurking around. Remember that Happy is waiting for his tier 3 power spike. Slaughterhouse is going up. There is no Orb of Corruption, of course, because tier 3 is on the way for both players. Actually, it's finishing for Hitman right now, as we see in the preview on the top left. And because of this sentry ward, Happy is in good position to Creepjack. Okay, Hex plus some damage on the Shadow Hunter. And Creep is still damaging Hitman units. Okay, so fight over Orc Mauler will happen soon. There's a strong creep, and Happy is just kiting left and right. Hitman is spending his mana on Hex, but Shadow Hunter Dark Ranger is safe for now. Again, Hitman feels confident, so he's going to try. And can Happy coil this? And ladies and gentlemen, experience went to Happy Heroes. So this long distance coil was successful. Item got stolen by Mr. Hitman, but still not that bad, not too shabby. And tier 3 is almost done. Another camp goes to Happy, so game is stabilizing a little bit. Of course, Orc is well known for going for 50 supply and then trying to Tiny Great Hawk is like the most stable option. Let's check the items. Oh, very little items actually, not that much creeping in this game. But now Happy gets big involved, not too shabby. Hero Focus may be an option with the Orc army, and Black Citadel is online. And actually Happy is going for second Slaughterhouse. That's an interesting choice. And he's killing his ghoul because he forgot to make Ziggurat, and he had to kill his ghoul in order to make Leech. So quite sloppy game for Mr. Happy. Remember, he's playing on 110 ping. You may say this high, but versus some players from Asia, he's playing on 90 ping sometimes. So definitely 110 ping is not that bad. And maybe Happy will get used to it, you know, to this high value, and in his next games he'll play a little bit more clean, of course, for Happy standards, because Happy can play versus me on ping 1000 probably and still win. Maybe not 1000, but I think like 400, 500 ping, he can still obliterate me and almost every other player. It will be a nice challenge to make a show match, basically pro player on high ping versus low ping medium player, to see like what is the limit. And ladies and gentlemen, remember, Adet is usually selling TP, and even though Lich is here, Happy has to fight immediately. There is Orb on the DK. So he'll swap the orb soon, but another charge of Wand of Wind has been used by Hitman. He's getting ready into position to basically kill Happy Leech, and there is no more mana. Leech got surrounded, and it looks quite good for the Orc. Happy played too aggressively. And you may say, Saul, where are the Happy units? Happy is on 200 gold now. He's making double Abomination, and I did some research, ladies and gentlemen. I asked some 2k plus MMR undead, and the other one, of course, what do they think about this double Abomination Destroyer composition? And they say that Happy was trying this versus other orcs with success. So Happy is definitely trying, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, Happy has vision inside of the Kodo Beast belly, because one ghoul got stolen. But before Leech is going to rejoin the party, before two Abominations, then Happy is not working with a lot of supply. As you can see on the top right of the screen, supply is even. It still looks like Mr. Hitman is in a good position. Silence stops TC from stomping. Happy is kiting back. There is a disease cloud, but Abomination is out of position. It's not spreading the disease yet, but it will. Nice abolish magic. Destroyer is on full mana, full HP, almost like Demon Hunter. Always. And another good connections by Mr. Hitman. Okay, Dark Ranger needs to be saved. with coil. Happy is kiting. But this abomination got stopped. But the lightning orb proc, there is no raiders with ensnare in orc army, but there is some way of controlling your enemy units with this orb, and of course with stomp. But you need to do something from the distance. Usually when you are chasing, so of course orb of and orb is proccing again. Orb is very good for that. Lich a little bit exposed, and there are Kodo beasts, ladies and gentlemen. There are Kodo beasts. And Happy doesn't have enough damage to kill them, and Orb is proccing again. Stomp and full HP Abomination got devoured, and look, Hitman is just teleporting back. Wyvern got picked, but Abomination got picked as well, and we have 6 supply lead for Hitman, and it's more like 10 supply lead because this Kodo is not operational. More Abominations are coming. I mean, the Kodo ate the Abomination, so it's like 4 less supply for Mr. Happy, but still he's producing, still he's trying. Now he'll get some important levels. His army is quite small, probably that's why he's creeping with a DK, but maybe now he will feed experience to the Lich. With stronger skeletons now, dark minions, 290 HP, and yes, some experience will go to the Lich to give Lich level 2. And as we can see, Hitman crept as well. And poor Abomination is still inside, not like this. Okay, Happy has... So this game is stabilizing a little bit into the creeping phase. And can Happy do it? Again, supply is even, so if we subtract the Abomination, Hitman now will have like 10 supply advantage, but Happy is getting some more army, and there is no Dispool in Mr. Hitman army, so those big skeletons can do some work. But Happy needs to do some heavy lifting, ladies and gentlemen. What will be the decision by Happy? Is he going to Creepjack, or he doesn't want to fight just yet? As you can see, Happy is refusing to fight, and he's going into the Expo direction. And yes, we have confirmation now. Orc expanded, so Happy needs to do something. One peon got killed, and another one was able to hide inside of the gold mine. So it's TP for TP, and only one peon killed, and Happy needs to free his Abomination. But I think that he can do it. Or it's stuck? This Abomination is stuck! No! Happy, use the ghouls on this tree on the bottom. Not like this. Not like this. Will he notice? Yes, he did notice, and as we can see, ghouls are already trying to free Abomination. And Hitman is just in very good position, close to his expansion. Expo is mining. Entire map is crapped. So yes, Happy is just waiting for some additional resources, and this poor Abomination is still inside. Mana is not high on Happy Heroes. Quite bad. The Hunter is here, will be damaged. And Hitman is teleporting. And ladies and gentlemen, the biggest fight of this game. Abomination is in a little bit better position, connecting. I like Happy position, but Stomp connects with 3 Abominations. DK without items needs to be very careful, can be focused easily. But there is a lot of damage in Mr. Hitman army, and he's able to just pick Abomination, powerful stop, connects with 3 heroes. And ladies and gentlemen, Happy says this time you won. And ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments. Was Happy playing for real? And now I will show you some facts about Mr. Hitman. So NA is celebrating, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, there is a lot of hype in NA community that they are performing nicely. And to visualize you, this is basically my idea is that someone from team of Mr. Hitman team, from the DAS team, they need to put Hitman on like in like in real life destroy. And to finish this video with some updates to the current Warcraft Champions rules situation about this early leave, about the ladder integrity. So yesterday actually, Hitman played a game versus Xlord, and I like them both. I like Mr. Xlord so much. I like Mr. Hitman, but for some reason, Mr. Xlord refused to play versus Hitman, and they basically stayed AFK. And because Orc is not scouting versus Undead, often it took like 6 minutes to Mr. Hitman to finally be able to kill AFK Xlord. And what is funny in this situation to me is that Mr. Hitman reported Mr. Xlord, but with beautiful style. And let's read out his report. Ladder manipulation. Recidivist refuses to engage in battle under poor conditions. Officers, arrest this man at once. And of course, Mr. Hitman has some history with Warcraft Champions moderator team. And I hope that it's written in a good spirit, but I like jokes myself, so this is quite funny to me. And another report by Mr. Hitman. Ladder manipulation. Villain disrupts peaceful and righteous gaming community with preemptive leave. This disgusting behavior has no place in our society. Please take action. So yes, as we can see, Hitman is a little bit playing here, but the report, at least one of them, because there is no link to the second report, but at least I saw this game. Mr. Xlord was AFK, refusing to play versus Hitman, disturbing the ladder integrity. And to my surprise, actually, as we can see, we got a verdict and the ladder manipulation was denied. So I don't understand this in full, but I will report on this. So ladies and gentlemen, remember that maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in 3 weeks, it will be possible that Happy will get to 3000 MMR. Or maybe Hitman will stop him, and we'll see about that in the next video. There is a link in description to this amazing website to track this progress. And of course, you can check my live coverage on the streams. And if Happy gets to 2950 MMR, I'm going to start casting in a suit as a proper Soul Journalist Man. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.